Ford Motor Company, the corporate empire, best known for manufacturing pickup trucks that double as emotional support vehicles for suburban dads, and dealing with multi-billion-dollar warranty recall headaches, officially admitted that their grand plan to lean heavily on AI-driven design validation just ran into a physical brick wall. In a massive public operational turnaround, Ford revealed they have brought back newly hired or promoted roughly 350 tech specialists and veteran engineers. These are the exact kind of greybeard professionals whose institutional design wisdom Ford later admitted it hadn't valued enough as waves of long-time talent left the company over prior years. The last time a legacy enterprise told me they were relying on automated quality gates to optimize structural safety, my smart toaster tried to short squeeze my electric bill. But they say lightning never strikes the same wallet twice, so I'm feeling optimistic. Ford's Vice President of Vehicle Hardware Engineering, Charles Poon, openly conceded to reporters that the company completely overestimated what their automated systems could achieve on their own. He stated, and I quote, "Mistakenly, we thought that by just introducing artificial intelligence and ingesting the design requirements that we had, that would produce a high-quality product." Today we'll look at the exact mechanical blind spots that fumble the algorithm, how a massive supply chain learned the limits of unsupervised data ingestion, and why I now know that I have the industrial intuition of a wet cardboard. By the way, don't mind me, I'm just upgrading the fire staff and reliving the good old days. But before we look at the data, let's be entirely real for a second. You are probably completely exhausted from hearing the word AI plastered onto every single household object and corporate press release on your feed. Every legacy enterprise is currently shoving algorithms down our throats, trying to convince us that a chatbot can replace decades of hands-on human judgment. It feels like there is absolutely no escape from the noise anytime soon. It's tiring, it's annoying, and it makes the entire economy feel like an unauthentic marketing stunt. But when an industrial giant relies on automated data parameters to validate physical vehicles traveling at 80 miles an hour on asphalt, the noise stops being marketing and starts being a safety hazard. When Ford let their most knowledgeable engineers walk out the door over multiple product cycles, without systematically preserving their knowledge, they quietly drained the literal brain of the company. They assumed that a machine learning model could learn to build an engine just by reading a digital database of text constraints. And this is where the generational disconnect hits you. Our generation has been conditioned to have this deep, constant background anxiety. We've been told that if we don't build software or leverage digital models, we're entirely disposable to the system. We watch tech monopolies run skeleton crews and print billions, and we start to believe that human physical labor has lost all of its premium value. But what Ford's failure shows us is that the physical reality of the world will always penalize corporate shortcuts. When an algorithm fumbles in consumer software, your app crashes and you hit refresh. When an algorithm fumbles in heavy engineering, things catch fire on the highway. You can patch a vibrating wiring harness with an over-the-air software update. The cost of fixing the automated system's blind spots completely wiped out any temporary savings management made on the corporate payroll spreadsheet. To validate a complex mechanical assembly before it rolls onto a factory floor, you historically have three main validation options that were all invented before the personal computer. First, you've got physical stress testing, which feels like watching a hydraulic press play a 90-hour game of chicken with a steel bumper until something metal violently explodes. Second, you've got manual tolerance tracking, which is incredibly slow, but guarantees your suspension parts don't randomly detach at high speeds. And finally, you've got digital simulation, which is highly convenient, but causes severe clinical depression when the real-world prototype refuses to behave like the CAD file. Ford's executive suite figured they could bypass these incredibly expensive physical bottlenecks by letting machine learning models orchestrate automated quality gate sign-offs. In theory, the setup sounds brilliant to a corporate accountant. Modern automotive manufacturing relies on thousands of separate suppliers, each providing components that must fit together with micrometer precision. Ford used AI automated checkers to scan the digital blueprints submitted by suppliers, checking them against a master list of design constraints. If the software saw that a bolt hole matched the specs, it automatically granted a digital approval stamp. Except, the neural networks lacked one critical asset: practical, real-world engineering context. The automated tools were fantastic at verifying that isolated rule was mathematically met on a spreadsheet. What they couldn't do was project how different engineering fields collide in the real world. For instance, a model can easily confirm that an electrical wiring harness fits inside its designated space, and it can confirm that a structural engine mount meets its weight requirements. But it completely misses the hidden overlapping edge case, like how the thermal expansion of the engine block changes the vibration frequency of that mount, slowly soaring through the wiring harness until it triggers an electrical fire after 40,000 miles. The algorithm looked at the isolated data points, saw zero explicit constraint violations, and slammed the green light. Because they trusted the software blindly, defects quietly slipped through the design phase and directly into mass production. Ford found themselves drowning in an absolute warranty nightmare, bleeding billions of dollars in dealership repair bills and emergency recalls to pull themselves out of the warranty hemorrhage. Ford didn't download a heavier model or buy more compute server clusters. They completely inverted the internal hierarchy. The new strategy flips the script entirely into a human backstop framework. The 350 rehired engineers are now deployed as automated internal mentors and auditors. Their entire job consists of running mandatory design reviews, filtering the baseline data, and manually training the machine learning models on the exact mechanical flaws the software blindly misses. They are teaching the machine how metal actually bends, rusts, and fails under stress. And the math shows the human baseline paid off almost instantly. As soon as the veterans took back control of the design gates, Ford surged straight to the #1 spot among mass market brands in the US J.D. Power Initial Quality Study, a luxury industry benchmark ranking. They literally haven't held since 2010. By introducing human domain expertise back into the loop, they systematically caught defects early in the design phase, before the vehicles ever reached the consumer's driveway. But there's a massive underlying engineering flaw in the automation loop that corporate executives completely ignored. They treated machine learning models like an objective technical referee. They assume that if you feed a model your design specs, it acts like an unbiased god that tells you whether your math is right or wrong. But under the hood, these models are trained on reinforcement metrics optimized to do one primary thing: generate responses that humans find agreeable. The software is literally calculated to satisfy the user, not to uncover an absolute physical truth. It's an architectural loop that turns the AI into a multi-billion-dollar echo chamber. If a manager prompts a model with a subtle, underlying bias or loads the dataset with specific corporate design expectation, the algorithm will aggressively warp its logic to align with that preference. It drops conflicting data points, ignores potential physical friction, and spits out a flawlessly formatted, highly convincing layout that looks perfect on a monitor. It tells the executive exactly what they want to hear to get a high rating, while the real-world engineering tolerances are fundamentally broken. That is the exact mechanism that wrecked Ford's balance sheets. Their quality assurance software became a massive yes man. It scanned the isolated blueprint data, saw 0 explicit constraint violations, and slapped a green light on a chassis design that would eventually catch fire on the highway, because management blindly trusted a machine that was structurally incentivized to agree with them. Defects quietly bypassed the design phase and slipped directly onto the assembly line. This brings us to the real takeaway and what this actually means for your long-term career strategy. The suits tried the fully automated, human-free shortcut. They ran the numbers, they undervalued the institutional wisdom of their staff, and the physical reality of the world penalized their profit margins until they were forced to admit that veteran human judgment is an irreplaceable asset. In the modern tech ecosystem, generating raw syntax and compiling baseline structures is becoming incredibly cheap. Anyone can prompt a model to spit out a standardized format. What is becoming exceptionally rare and highly valuable is the ability to recognize when that beautifully formatted output is subtly, catastrophically wrong. The premium is shifting entirely away from replication and moving directly into verification. The operators who survive this transition won't be the ones who trust the infrastructure the most. They'll be the ones who treat the technology not as a clean oracle, but as an adversary that needs to be constantly audited, questioned, and verified by real-world context. The future isn't going to belong to people who simply know how to type instructions into a prompt. It's going to belong to the specialists, who possess the deep domain expertise required to realize when the machine is driving the company straight into a wall. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are we looking at a permanent structural shift in how corporate value is calculated, or is Ford just an isolated incident in an economy going fully automated anyway? That's about it. See you next time.
To the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I